Oh, and there he is, everybody's favorite little angry mole. Hey everybody, Salty here, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to be showing you how you can kind of get Mr. Resetti and even someone like Brewster in your village. So let's get started. Now, getting started, we're going to want to open our Nook phone, and we're going to go into our custom designs one, which is the pencil and the shirt app. And if you haven't played around with this before, it's a pretty cool resource, and I would highly suggest giving it a shot. So like I said, I saw a design for Brewster, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to recreate that. But I was like, I really want Mr. Resetti. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And if you want these codes, let me know. Well, actually, you know what? I'll post these in the description of the video. And if you like them, just give me a thumbs up on the video. That'd be super helpful. Also, if you want the Red Bulls jersey that I made, you can just let me know in the comments, and I'll post that to you. So we need to find a shape that works for various different characters. So I like this round dress shape because it works for a lot of different people. So you can actually, if you've never played around with this tool in here, it's pretty cool. It takes a second to learn what everything does, especially if you're used to working with things like Photoshop and Illustrator. They kind of break your mind for a little bit because they're so simple. And they kind of are a little bit unintuitive in that regard. But once you get the hang of it, it'll be fine. There's a lot of trial and error. And what I like to do is I use the grid, right, to start, but I watch the kind of model in the lower left-hand corner because that gives it like what it's actually going to look like in the game. It gives you kind of like a real-time update. So the trick is, I think, to pay attention to that. And so rather than play around in this and all the trial and error that sometimes goes into it, I think this took me like 20 minutes to figure out after going back and forth. So I'm just going to speed it up for us. And as you can see, Mr. Resetti's coming along over here. Those angry eyebrows are coming, and I can't wait for him to yell at everybody who comes to our island who's a filthy time traveler. I'm just kidding. My wife and I don't actually hate time travelers. We just don't want to play that way because we like the relaxing pace of the pop in, pop out, as much as there is a temptation sometimes to fast forward and kick out all those stupid villagers you don't want in your town, like Rocket, that stupid gorilla. No matter how many times I send him any trash bags in the mail, she just won't leave. But we have Mr. Resetti, and we're going to put him down. And the cool thing about mannequins is that you can just kind of plop them around wherever you feel like. And you can actually put multiple ones out at a time. The only issue is you can't just like, hey, I'm going to reproduce 1 million of these and sell them. So you can't farm like that. But what we need to do now is kind of do something to set the scene. Now let me take you over to another spot on my island where I've done something like this, and I've kind of set up the scenery around it to kind of sell it, because it's very clear that that's a mannequin, right? But if you go to something like our cafe that we have set up over here, you can see up there that there's Brewster. He's there to make you drink your coffee that's way too hot, and it's gonna scald your mouth, and the only thing you're gonna taste for the next week is rubber because you burned off all of your taste buds because he's demanding that you drink it like an elitist hipster would. So that's him behind there, and it kind of, the illusion is kind of sold there, right? It looks good. And this will do until they put him in the game, hopefully. Maybe I should switch the sugar cubes over so that he doesn't yell at you for putting sugar in your coffee. Every good hipster knows that you just drink coffee black, as hot as you can, so you boil your insides. Alright, so there's Brewster. So we're going to set something up similar to this, but over by Mr. Resetti. So I was kind of thinking about this. If you have a bush standee, that might also work. But we have some more of these little like table stands. So let me, you know what? Let me just go over to the right over here because I think we have an extra. So I'll go grab that one. Sorry about that. My Joy-Con is kind of being a little wonky right now. I keep having to reconnect it. Oh, another thing that would be great is they have the Animal Crossing Switch and they have the, the regular Switch. But I have the yellow arms controllers for my Switch, and I can't get them. And I thought I'd be able to customize it. Oh well. Let me know if what your favorite color of Joy-Con combination is. Do you mix them up? Do you do anything different than just like the standard gray that came with it? I personally, my favorite color combination is the blue and the like electric yellow, you know, one-on-one. Okay, so now that we're back over here with Mr. Resetti, we are going to set up our stall, and we're going to use a custom pattern on that one to let everybody know that this is the Research Surveillance Center, that we don't want any time bandits here. So if you show up on my island and you're a time bandit, Mr. Resetti will yell at you, and that's it. But I will still take your presents that you drop off. Thank you. So we're going to put Mr. Resetti down, and oh, you know what? I always go in there and I think that it's like a shirt, but you have to go into your custom designs and then click on the design, hit display here, and then it displays. So we're going to rotate him and push him up against here. And let's try and like get a design together to customize his stall so that it looks more than just like, hey, I lost my job, so I set up a roadside stand, and I'm just going to yell at people for no apparent reason. Okay, I'm probably going to fast forward through this part so you don't have to watch it. And now I'm back, and we are going to go in and we have to customize our stall to put the design that we put on there. So you're going to need the custom food box looking things. They always remind me of like the stereotypical Chinese food takeout box. What do they remind you guys of? You saw my first 2 attempts there were a failed one. But here's the no time bandit sign. We're going to customize that, put it on the stall. And I think I changed the wood color. I don't remember if I did that or not. So we're going to walk back down to the beach now, and let's go get Mr. Resetti all set up with his new surveillance center. Do you guys ever get confused about like the grid placement of things? So sometimes I put things down and you don't know like what's going to be funky and what's not. So like I couldn't just rotate that building just now because for some reason it can't overhang that little slope there. I don't know. Let's drag this around and pull it again. Oh, I can't pull it, but I can spin it. I can't spin it another time? Okay, so I'll pull it. This feels like a Zelda puzzle. This doesn't feel like Animal Crossing. This feels like I'm pushing that block around in the first in the Great Deku Tree when you're young Link. So now let's push Mr. Resetti over. Oh, this is gonna be painfully slow. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's why he's mad. Is because we're taking so long. Man, Mr. Resetti, man, you got fired. Sorry about that, man. But we're going to try and help you out. Maybe we should put a tip jar out for you. And whatever happened to your brother? I'm trying to think. What could we decorate with this with? Maybe I'll get a toolbox eventually. I don't think I have the recipe for that at this point. And, oh, yeah. Okay, so the axe. There's not a pickaxe, but this is kind of close. Maybe a shovel because he's a mole and lives underground. Thank you so much. If you used my Resetti or Brewster code, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll count that as you downloaded one of my codes. If you want my Red Bulls jersey code for some reason, you can just comment, and I'll check the comments in a little bit and see if anybody asked for that, and I'll post that there. Let me know what other videos you would like to see me make. If you see other YouTubers not making content that you want to watch for Animal Crossings, let me know, and I will see if I can make that happen. All right, thank you. Bye.